word, y'all. It's your boy DKB here. So, in what has been a common theme for the New York Jets on recent memory, we once again are finishing within the top 10 of the hardest schedules in the NFL for the upcoming 2023 NFL season. So, where the New York Jets exactly, we officially own, or I guess unofficially, but based on the strength of schedule predictions, it looks like we own the 8th hardest schedule for the upcoming season. And this is calculated based on the projected win totals from the Las Vegas odd makers. So this is a pretty consistent thing that you can go and easily find. But I'll drop in a link what I used to check this out. That also did a pretty good job of explaining how they come up with the formula, I guess, essentially for the strength of schedule. Since I won't really dive into that here, but what does that mean? And, more officially, what does the last, 5 or so years look like for the Jets in terms of this? A lot of this could have led to what has been considered a very porous franchise for, a decade plus. When you're taking a look at the last 5 years, I mean, this year we rank 8th. 2022, we ranked 6th. 2021, we actually got a break. We ranked 21st. 2020, we went back to ranking 5th, and then as far back as 2019, we're in like a 5-way tie for the 27th hardest schedule. So there hasn't been a lot of easy breaks, right? And it's not something I would necessarily want per se either, but it lets you know that we have to be on our game during this offseason. We have to bring our A game as a coaching staff, because we're going to be facing some of the best consistently year in and year out, and you don't want to necessarily have to depend on having an easy schedule to determine the success of your franchise anyways. If it happens, great, but in terms of how I look at the Jets, I very much so would rather have the hardest schedule in the league and see us, get double-digit wins and feel satisfied knowing that that is a legit win total and not something that's kind of ballooned. For example, this last year where a lot of guys said we easily got a couple wins based off, sorry, let me fix the camera a bit, but based off facing backup quarterbacks based off injury histories of some of the other teams, and not the greatest points considering, the Jets have been one of the hardest hit teams in the injury department, but, for example, anyways, to kind of give you guys an idea of what I mean. So the last 5 years have been pretty brutal on us in terms of seeing top tier talent in the NFL and kind of gauging where the Jets fall, which obviously is in the bottom or shallow end of the pool in terms of NFL talent. So now that we kind of are feeling better about seeing Joe Douglas draft these guys, seeing Robert Saleh and his coaching staff develop these guys, and getting a new coaching staff in the building that we expect fully to be able to do the same to, our offensive player of the year, what should have been our, call them the shadow offensive player of the year in Breece Hall. Plenty of high ceiling pieces in Mekhi Becton and Max Mitchell, who progressed a lot quicker than expected. Denzel Mims, who's a ball of clay himself. So there's a lot that this roster can do. And, when we go back and look at the schedule for the New York Jets, we're talking about playing half of the teams that just played in the Super Bowl, right? We have the Bills, Dolphins, Chargers, Cowboys, Giants, and then we're also facing both of the teams that reached the Super Bowl in the Chiefs and the Eagles, all in the same season, while we hope to go out there and make a Super Bowl run ourselves. So this is exactly what I would preferably love to see us dominate, right? If you go out there and you get, which we talked about yesterday, wins against the Chiefs or the Eagles, or you make that a very contested matchup that really could have went either way, you're talking about wildly swinging expectations for what this team could be. We already are kind of nipping at the heels of the Bills, considering we had to play them with Zach Wilson, and we went out there and stole a victory, and then we came very close to winning another one. So the arrow's definitely pointing up. Can we make good on what that ends up ultimately looking like, right? That's not even to mention there's going to be teams that we still, that had terrible records or bad performances overall, but these are teams that if they can hit right in the draft and, they piece a couple things together, they could be some very scary, underrated teams coming up as well. I'm talking the Browns You're giving Deshaun Watson a full year, an actual NFL offseason. It got Elijah Moore from us. There's plenty of things that they can still do in the draft. The Patriots can never be counted out. And then you have the Broncos with that Sean Payton coaching staff that's coming in to try to right the ship, extremely quick. And that coaching staff that he was able to put together, what seemed like out of thin air, isn't going to be anything to sneeze at. So I'll be interested for sure to see how, the season definitely ends up evolving for us. Let me know what your opinions are. Do you think the Jets have been getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the strength of schedule and the opponents that we have to face? But more so, what are your early projections for the season? And I'll catch you guys again. Peace.